In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a table of contents in Microsoft Word. Whenever you have a long document, it's always good to include a table of contents so that whoever wants to go through your document will have an easy time. Now, here I'm having a long document that is having 119 pages. And I'm going to create a table of contents for this document. So in order to create a table of contents, we have to include headings in our document. And if we click on the Home tab, on your right, you can see that we have different headings. Here we have heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, and heading 4. So we select our heading here and then change it to heading 1. We go ahead and change this one to heading 2, which will be a subheading of heading 1. So we click there, change it to heading 2. And then we can go ahead and change this assignment to heading 3. Heading 3. So if you go back, then we can go back to the beginning of the page of our document and create a table of contents using the headings that we have included. So we go at the beginning of the page of our document, and then I'm going to go ahead and create a blank page so that my table of contents will be on its own page. And then in this page, I insert a table of contents. Click on References, Table of Contents. And then we have different options here that we can use to insert the table of contents. But we have Automatic Table 1, Automatic Table 2, Manual Table. For now, we are going to use the first one, the first option, Automatic Table 1, to insert our table of contents. And we can see now we have inserted a table of contents, but it is having only, it is only including page 2 and page 3. So what happens if we go ahead and continue making changes in our table of contents? Let's do it. Let's go ahead and continue making changes in our document. Let's make this one heading 1. Heading 1, we continue. Then we make this one heading 2. It's already heading 2. So we come here and make this one heading 3. Heading 3. And now the changes that we have made are in page 5 and 6. Let's go back to our table of contents and see whether the changes that we have made are reflected in our table of contents. You can see that the changes that we have made are not reflected in our table of contents. So to include the changes, we have to come here and click on Update Table. And then select Update Entire Table and click OK to update the table. And you can see that the changes that we made are now reflected in our table of contents, page 5 and 6. So whenever you make any changes, if you continue updating or making changes in your document, you have to come back to the table of contents and update it so that the changes are reflected. And we can make our table of contents more appealing by changing the line spacing. Select, click on Home tab, Paragraph, lines double, and then line spacing, we put it double so that our table of contents is double spaced. We can change the design of our table of contents by selecting it and then click on Design, and then choose a template here to change the design our table of contents, we can see now our table of contents looks more appealing. And then and then in our table of contents, we can see that all the headings are not starting on the same line, because the first heading is header 1, which is the main heading. The second heading is the subheading. That's why it is not in the same line. Header 3, heading 3 now will be a subheading of heading 1. So that is how the format, that is the format of the table of contents. So if we come here in our document, if we click here, you can see that we can be able to see heading, the next heading 1. We click here, we can see the next heading. You can see the next heading, heading 3, but it is not there. We have only created 2 headings. That's why you cannot see. If we want it back, we can bring it back like that. If we want back the way it was, we can click here and bring it back. And bring it back the way it was. So that is how we create a table of contents in Microsoft Word. If you like this video, please subscribe so that you may be notified whenever I post another video.